Okay, very good. And I guess let me go back to this, and it says, um, I'm just going to look at calibrating analog sensors. I'm going to go to that section real quick. And under here, we actually have our reading raw voltage. Now we can calibrate sensors with linear calibrations, nonlinear calibrations, thermistor temperature readings, and calibrating voltage probes. I'm loving it. Just want you to know, I'm loving it. And then you have analog, so we can use two analog protoboard adapters. So that's these things. These things are actually already on the proto board. I could just order them and then we could build them this way. So this is what's meant by the analog proto board sensors. And then we have connecting the Vernier sensors to the Arduino using the breadboard. So I'm just going to go ahead and select this. And you'll see that this is like, I want to say this is not what we'll be doing. Okay, it's great. This is our Arduino. This is the proto board, but we're not going to be doing this. Although it's nice. Okay, I think it works. I think the idea is it's extensible. Okay, so, all right, we can use it later on. So I'll just go ahead and bring those into the documentation here. So I did this, and this. I'll just say add it to grid. All right, so I think I added this one twice, and I'll just go ahead and delete it. Nope, that's not what I want to do. I'm gonna go here and just delete it. All right. So what are the most important things here? Did I bring my pen? Yep. So I had better go ahead and take note of why you'd have these pictures here. So the primary thing here was what is the Arduino? And then, this gives us that explanation. Let me see if I can make this go this way. All right, and then we went to the Arduino board after that, like so, and this gives us our explanation. And then we talked about the software here. Why aren't, you know what? Oh, okay. All right. And that was pretty much it on that page. And then I went to this page to actually show you how to download the Arduino IDE. Okay, and whichever application or whichever operating system you're actually working on. So I am working on the Mac. And so here's our Mac. So you want to be able to download it to whichever one you're working on. And then what do we have? We have, we're going to actually go to the Vernier.com site. And this is where we went. And the reason why we went here was to talk about the hardware that we're using. And this is one of the pieces. Okay, so it's the Arduino interface shield. All right. And that's pretty much it on that one. So this shows you a picture of the Arduino interface shield mounted on a SparkFun board. That was mainly the purpose of this picture because this is how we are planning to use this here. And let me see if I can get that to going. And so this basically tells you the inputs and the outputs of this board. So of course we have two analog right here. And we also have two digital. All right, and they're pointing directly to them. I guess I could point to the digital and I can point to the analog. All right. And we have some reset buttons. So over here we have some other stuff basically right here. I rarely use the reset buttons. It probably would be beneficial, but I do take note of the LED here, and it's saying that it's connected to pin 13. All right. And this particular screen was just talking about the amount of sensors that Vernier has that's actually that we could actually put on here. So these are supported sensors here. Okay. And we have like two sensors that we're really interested in today. And the first one is our current probe here. And the second one is the magnetic field sensor. All right. So we're going to start with the current probe, and then we're going to go over to the magnetic field sensor. And we'll use them in conjunction with one another. All right. So this is a picture of the magnetic field sensor. If you get closer in, you can see that uh, it's hard to see that. So, okay, that's fine. I'll just go around this like so. This is the primary thing. And let me go ahead and select user manual. So if you want to get some specifications, you can always go to the user manual here, all right, about this sensor. And we're going to also have, well, here's what's in the user manual that's important. You have specifications. So it tells you the probe range, and it's plus or minus 0.6 amps. So I won't get too deep into that until we need to, but I do want to make a point about, hey, this is why we are coming to this page. And of course, how the sensor works. So when we need to know how the sensor works, we could have that here as well. So I'll just say done or not. All right, there we go. All right, and the next sensor is the magnetic field sensor here. Okay, and of course, we're going to, again, go to its user manual. And so these are things that you will want to know about. And here are our specifications for that particular manual. They actually tell us how the sensor works. So I think that's all super cool. All right. Let me see. I don't know why I came back to that particular page other than, oh, I do know why. In order for me to get to the code or to the examples, I needed to go to this Vernier website. So I went back to the original page talking about the Arduino interface shield. So I could do something like so. You know what? Let me make this one yellow, and I'll just do this one. So we go back to the Vernier Arduino interface shield, and the goal is to go to this particular website. And so let me see if I can just get rid of this. You know what? I'll leave it there. All right. And when we go there, one of the main things that I'm trying to get to is I'm trying to figure out how to read the data. So this is a roundabout way of getting to things, but the primary thing is to get to reading raw voltage. All right. So that's what I'm interested in. And so to read raw voltage, you'll see that raw voltage is under calibrating Vernier analog sensors. And it is super cool. Okay. So I'll just say done. So this will be the code that we take in to the Arduino IDE. Okay. So it's basically right here. All right. So this is the code that we're going to take in. And let me go here. One of the things I do, I just, instead of me trying to type all of this in or even copy it from here, I go to this this view raw code down at the bottom here. Let me see if I can, oh, that's not what I want to do. So if I pull this up, you'll see this view, uh-oh. I may be stuck. So view raw code. I'm just going to pull this down to this. Sometimes it doesn't like when I so I'm going to go ahead and take this over like so. So this is our view raw code. Just say done. And what I do once it does that, it gives me just a regular text. Uh-oh, it crashed. It seems like it crashed on me, guys. But we'll see. We'll see how it works out. Oh, okay, there it is. So here I just basically hit my Command V or Command A and then Command V here, and I'll copy it all and all of that stuff, and I'll just take all of this over to the Arduino IDE. Just say done. All right. So not only will we do that, because we're getting into all of this, we're going to look at using 2 analog sensors. Now, I'm not quite sure if one of them is digital, but every sensor that I've been working with has been analog. So I haven't really run it. And I've worked with the current probe, the voltage probe, as well as the magnetic field. And so we can at least do 2 of them. And so from there, we are going to go to calibrating analog sensors. Okay. And 2. All right. So this is when we're going to connect both the magnetic field sensor and the what is that? And the current probe. So once I select, like if I go here and I select calibrating analog sensors, this is where it brings me to calibrating Vernier analog sensors. And so we're right back to reading raw voltage, which I think is absolutely the best thing when it comes to the science aspects of digital, collecting digital uh, data and interpreting it. All right. So you can see that they have other ones, but we're not going to concern ourselves with that. And when they talk about the analog proto board adapter, I'll leave. I might just take this out totally because it's not here, but we could set it up using this way. So you know what? I'm just going to go ahead and get rid of both of these because to me it's a distraction because I don't have these at all. So let me just delete them. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to stop the screen share for a second, and I will pause the video for a moment. And when we come back, we're going to start on the current probe calibration, all right? From the beginning to the end when it comes to the Arduino. Wait, I left something off. If I go all the way back to the beginning, you'll see that I say, we'll talk about Python and PyCharm later. I think I need to do that a little bit later. So you guys go ahead and set this part up. All right.